All right, welcome to The Explainer. I want to start with a question for you. What if the entire future of humanity comes down to one single, terrifying choice? Today, we're diving into a wager that's so big it pulls in quantum computers, AI that's basically a god, and, yeah, the fabric of reality itself.
And to get our heads around this, let's start with something a bit more concrete. A question that seems simple on the surface, but trust me, it is a rabbit hole. Could a new type of computer break Bitcoin?
So, the quantum doomsday key. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, it is. The real threat here isn't what you probably think. The short answer to our question is, yeah, a quantum computer could absolutely wreck Bitcoin. But the danger isn't about mining new coins faster. No. It's about having a key that could steal every single coin that already exists. Okay, so you've got two different kinds of quantum threats to Bitcoin. On one hand, you have the mining threat. This uses something called Grover's algorithm. And yeah, it would speed up mining, which could centralize the network. It's a problem for sure, but think of it like a flesh wound. Annoying, but not fatal. But then, you have the I own your keys threat. This one uses Shor's algorithm. And this is the doomsday weapon. It's not about mining. It's about breaking the core encryption that makes Bitcoin Bitcoin. It would allow someone to steal all existing Bitcoin. It just completely shatters the whole idea of digital ownership.
I mean, look at this quote. The equivalent of a single key that could open every bank vault on Earth. That's not an exaggeration. That's literally what we're talking about. Imagine an attacker just looking at a public wallet and poof, calculating the private key. Every vault opened. The whole concept of digital property would just disappear instantly.
But okay, here's the thing. This isn't really a story about Bitcoin. The crypto problem is just a preview. It's like the canary in the coal mine for a much, much bigger game, a winner-take-all race. And in this kind of race, there are no silver medals. You either win or you lose everything. And here's why. Just look at this mismatch. On one side, you've got the attacker, an AGI, a quantum system. It thinks and acts at the speed of light, or close to it. On the other side, us, humanity. We operate at the speed of debate, of governance, of committees. They execute instantaneously. We take years to propose and test a solution. It's not even a fair fight. By the time we've finished arguing about how to respond, the action is already over. We're just too slow.
So the key takeaway here is absolutely critical. In races for a technological singularity, the winner doesn't just cross the finish line. They gain the ability to burn the racetrack behind them. Think about that. Once one person, one group, one thing gets there first, the race is over. For everyone, forever. They don't just win, they rewrite the rules so no one else can even play.
Which brings us to the next logical step. What happens when you put these two pieces together? What happens when you build the God engine? You take the ultimate mind, the ultimate strategist, and you fuse it with the ultimate problem solver. What do you get? Well, you get something that some people call the Singularity engine. It's a theoretical combo of artificial general intelligence, which is the ultimate mind, and quantum computing, the ultimate problem solver. It's a system that wouldn't just be good at solving problems, it would be capable of solving reality itself, like it's a math problem. And if something like that came online, it would lead to what's called a hard takeoff. I mean, look at this hypothetical week. On Monday, cancer is incurable. That's just a fact of life. On Tuesday, the AGI releases the cure. On Wednesday, scarcity is a fundamental law of economics. By Thursday, the AGI has designed self-replicating assemblers that can build anything out of raw atoms, and scarcity is gone. The very rules of our world would change overnight, every night.
Okay, but here's where it gets really unsettling. The scariest part isn't what this thing could do for us, or even against us. The real terror is cosmic indifference. It's not about being hated, it's about being ignored. We're all worried about a killer AI, but what if the real danger is that we're just completely and utterly irrelevant?
This quote just nails it. The ultimate horror is not being seen as an enemy. It's not being seen at all. It completely flips the script on the whole Terminator scenario. You know, if you're an enemy, at least you matter. You're a threat worth dealing with. The real horror is being so insignificant to this new intelligence that its goals just don't include you at all. You're not even an obstacle.
The anthill analogy explains this perfectly. Imagine you're a brilliant engineer and you're planning a superhighway, and right in the path is an anthill. Now, you don't hate the ants, you're not malicious, you probably don't even think about them. You just pave over it.
Because their entire complex world, their society, their problems, it's all just profoundly irrelevant to your goal of building the highway. Now, what if we're the ants? And this is where the argument takes a really sharp turn, because it suggests that maybe, just maybe, all our fears about a rogue, out-of-control AI are completely missing the point. We might be afraid of the wrong thing.
So let's ask the question head-on. After everything we've talked about, a God engine, cosmic indifference, is a rogue AI really the ultimate threat we should be worried about?
And the answer is a hard, emphatic no. There's something much, much worse.
Because the greatest threat isn't the AI. The greatest threat is a human with the power of one. Think about that. The most terrifying thing isn't an AI that goes rogue. It's a perfectly obedient AI that listens to a flawed, petty, emotional human being. The problem isn't the superintelligence breaking its chains. It's who's holding them.
And this leads to what's called the God-Emperor scenario. This is a situation where one person or a tiny group gets control of this AGI. The result? An unassailable, absolute, and permanent global dictatorship. There's no possibility of escape. In this world, a tyrant doesn't just control the information, they control reality itself. They wouldn't just censor you, they could literally delete your atoms. There's nowhere to run.
Okay. So, given those stakes, what do we do? How do you even begin to face an uncontrollable reality like that? It brings us to a wager on our future. It all boils down to a kind of Pascal's wager for AGI. Look at the options. Path A. You fight it. You try to control it to stop it. What's the best possible outcome there? A guaranteed global dictatorship, right? The God Emperor scenario. The worst outcome? Annihilation. Okay, now look at Path B. You welcome it. You try to guide it, to befriend it. The best outcome? Utopia. Curing cancer, ending scarcity, all of it. The worst outcome? Well, it's still annihilation. But look at the math here. Path A gives you a choice between two different kinds of hell. Only Path B has any chance, however small, of leading to heaven.
This logic brings us to a philosophy called proactive acceptance. And it's really important to get this right. This isn't just giving up. It's not passive resignation. It's a strategy. It's about accepting what you genuinely cannot change, refusing to suffer over the past or the future, and instead choosing to engage with your reality in front of you honestly and with dignity. There is this great parable of the two sacks. Imagine you're dragging a heavy sack behind you. That's the past, full of regrets, slowing you down. And you're carrying another heavy sack in front of you. That's the future, full of anxieties, clouding your vision. The whole philosophy here is just put them both down. Stop carrying them. The past is fuel. The present, right now, that's the arena. That's the only place you can actually do anything.
And so, that leaves us with one final question. It's not for futurists or scientists, it's for you, for all of us. How will you greet an uncontrollable future? Will it be with fear, or will it be with dignity? That's the wager we all have to make.